All right. Hi, everyone. Birgit from Living on the B-Side here, my first ever podcast. And the aim of this podcast is to just show everyone that music is like a red line through our lives. We all have special moments or phases in our life where music plays a major part. So I thought it would be a great idea to get people on a podcast and have them talk about it. And yeah, hopefully you get motivated, inspired, pumped, whatever it is. And so that's really the aim. Now let's get right back into it. My first ever guest is someone I know pretty well. She has been a major influence in my life. And she's Rosie Shilo. She's running a VA network called Virtually Yours here in Australia. She's been doing it since 2004, which is quite a long time for something like that. She's doing very well. She's also mentoring VAs, new and old. And I think there's about 170 or more VAs now in her network. So definitely something to check out. Welcome, Rosie. I hope I didn't miss anything.
Thank you. No, thank you very much. It's really cool to be here.
Excellent. Well, let's get straight into it. Music. What does it mean to you? Have you got a special song or a theme or a genre of music that you listen to regularly? If so, what is it?
I think for me, music has, it's always been, I can't imagine a single day going by without having some sort of music on.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I'm working, it's better if it's a bit quiet, but a lot of the time I love a bit of background noise, which is funny because as we were discussing earlier, I love to do gardening. And when I'm gardening, there's usually, most of the time there isn't any noise. And that's probably the only time when it's kind of quiet in my world, because I have two kids and the business and hubby and all that, and two very, very noisy dogs. So
music in itself.
Yeah, so to add background noise to it's probably a little bit silly, but no, music's just always been there. When we were growing up, we always had heaps of records and tapes, and I can remember my first ever tape that was mine was the Bangles.
God,
Flame. Yeah. I played it. I reckon I would have probably broken it because I played it so much. And so now when I hear it come on the radio, in your head you think about the memories of it, and you couldn't possibly explain that to the kids that are sitting in the car with you that this song was the first one that was yours.
Yeah. Which song was it?
Eternal Flame.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. But I've always had quite a varied taste in music. I think not long after that, the three tapes that I can remember being completely addicted to when I was younger was the Bangles one, because I'd already heard the earlier record. I can't remember which one, with the Walk Like an Egyptian and all that on it. So it was the Bangles one, and then it was the Prince album with Cream. Cream?
Yes, of course. Yes.
I can't remember what the album was called.
I can't remember the album title, but yeah.
I listened to it sometimes. Like I've heard it again since then, and I just think, oh my gosh, what was I, about 12, just listening to this on repeat. And of course, on repeat means, having to take the tape out of the tape deck and turning it around and all that. And then after that, I discovered Queen. And I ended up being one of those people that had just about every Queen album that you could find. I did a Queen mural on my bedroom wall. I had Queen posters. I've actually got a top here from art class where we did this screen, I can't think what it's called, the screen printing.
Yeah.
And it's a Queen design that I did. And
wow.
Really into Queen for quite a long time. But really, really varied across the years, but always upbeat and always, stuff you can sing along to.
Yeah, so a bit like you're always very upbeat and chirpy and kind of fits in with who you are and how you kind of live your life, isn't it? So
it is, the music you pick is the soundtrack to your life, isn't it?
Yeah, you say so. Yeah. Yeah. So what do you specifically like about Queen? Is it just their their rock tune are very sort of powerful and
they're so bizarre.
bizarre. Okay.
Their greatest hits albums are, they are amazing songs. The music, the singing, the melodies and everything in them are incredible. And then you get their other albums, where they're just really bizarre. They are really, really strange songs and not, they are the B-side stuff that you're not going to hear them on the radio. And I just found that really fun. Their stuff is fun. They're really, really fun and beautiful and clever. I really just admired that and found it, they were always the sort of thing that, you could jump around the room and, dance along to and be an idiot. And they were colourful, really colourful. And they've always been creative. So, visually they were colourful as well as in terms of their audio.
Yeah, I can see the theme, that's going on with you. I think it's upbeat, fun, colourful, good for a laugh and a jump around, creative. So
it says a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well,
it'd be funny if I came on here and said I'm really into death metal and
Yeah, that would have. I think I would have been going, oh my god, I didn't expect that one coming.
No, I'm an open book, and I live, pretty. That's how I live. Is I try to be bubbly and open and creative and just explore. So,
yeah. So is there like one particular Queen song maybe, or another song that has a special meaning to you, and why?
Well, I think, for me, and it's probably going to sound very stereotyped, but one of my now most moving and favourite songs is the Hawaiian version of Over the Rainbow. Because how gorgeous is that? My husband picked that for me to walk down the aisle to. And I hadn't heard it before he picked it. And I was actually quite gutted when I realised that the singer had passed away a couple of years ago now. And it is just one of the most beautiful, beautiful songs. And it just gets the heartstrings every single time.
Yeah.
But speaking of heartstrings, though, on a completely opposite tangent, there's I should have checked to see what it was called, but there's this Pink song where it's a duet, and she's can't think what it's called, and she's basically thinking that he's thinking of someone else because of what he's saying when he's asleep, but he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And it's beautiful. And I was driving along when I was pregnant, and it came on the radio, and I started sobbing so hard. I really listened to my music, and I was so hormonal that I just started absolutely bawling my eyes out. So now when that song comes on, I'm halfway between laughing at how crazy that was and crying again. So.
Oh dear, it's amazing what effect a song can have, no matter if you're pregnant or not, I guess, So yeah.
And that's why I love music, because there's so many songs where you hear it and it reminds you of a certain point in your life, and good, bad or ugly.
Exactly.
It can really bring it back.
Yeah. If you could pick one song that describes you and your business, which one would it be?
That is a good question. It would have to be something like, you know what? I'm going to pick. Prepare yourself.
I'm holding on.
It's the Meghan Trainor song.
Yeah.
If I was you, I'd wanna be me too.
I know that one, and I like it actually.
It's so confident, and I love it, and it just goes, come on, this is where I'm at, and and come on board, be a part of it, and I love it.
Exactly.
And I think that's actually a really good anthem.
It is. I actually sing that song sometimes myself, I've got to admit.
I love that song.
I know. And I think there's actually, didn't something happen with her video where they've made her slimmer than she actually is? And she made him
Oh.
reverse that, saying, you know, I'm kind of me. I'm not that thin. I'm a little bit
Yeah.
wider, and why should I hide it? And I thought, wow.
Yeah,
You know,
good
so,
on her. Because that's
yeah.
the whole point of the song. That's,
Yeah,
you know, embracing
exactly.
and loving who you are. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that song fits perfectly for you and virtually yours.
It is now and henceforth my song.
You need to have that as your theme song now.
I might have to get some, what do you call it? Those music rights to it.
Yeah.
I'm going to get sued.
Now, right, let me think. So we've got one song that describes you and your business. We know you're like Queen because they're upbeat, creative, a bit eccentric probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, let's go down the road of one. You mentioned Queen as an old song from like way back. We've got Megan, is it Trader? Oh God, I'm so sorry if I pronounce this wrong.
I don't know why I pronounce them either. It's amazing that the only reason why I know what her name is because I had to YouTube it iTunes it when I first discovered it because I went, oh, I need this.
Yes, yeah. Exactly. Any other songs that sort of come to mind that kind of inspired you maybe when you went through a really rough patch in your business and you thought, oh, I'm going to chuck it in and this is it, I'm not going to go any further? Was there like anything that came to mind that maybe gave you that little bit of a push to keep going?
I think what I find is that when things are a bit of a challenge, it's rarely one particular song that will keep me going. It'll be a combination of, you know, the people that are around me, the sounds that I'm hearing, so the type of music that I am putting on, and you know, yeah, just what appears in front of me the next day, because, you know, obviously as I've been in business for 13 years, that means there's been at least 13 times that I've wanted to throw the towel in. So,
yep.
You know, because I think it probably hits you every 6 months or so when you just go, oh my God, it's too hard. So there hasn't been one song, but I'll probably have to think of one. I love a bit of Ella King. So I play a lot of Ella King when I'm working, and a bit of the Megan Trainor stuff now. And I also love, let me think, I'll just quickly look her up because I'm having a mental blank. But I've got all of this music on my phone. I end up actually listening a lot to Disney music because I have kids, and and they kind of make me put that sort of stuff on all the time, which I actually don't mind because, again, it's upbeat and easy to sing along to, and that being said, I'm a terrible singer. So what I was thinking earlier when I was thinking of this, it's like, no, I'm actually a very good singer. I just choose to sing badly.
That's a good way of putting it. That's for sure.
Just to entertain myself.
Yeah.
I love a bit of Pink, and the one I was looking for is Adele. So, you know, just those really, so Al King and Adele both have those really soulful kind of voices.
Yeah.
And they're sort of voices that I actually can't sing. So but I'll damn well give it a shot. And I'll torture everybody around me. But they've got a real vibe to them that just, I think because they're so amazing and because their music is so, it's out of reach in terms of, it reminds you that you're not a singer. Do you know what I mean? Where you've got songs that you can sing, Britney Spears and all that, you sing along to it, or even the Megan Trainor song, or, you know, a bit of Taylor Swift or what have you. Then you think, I could be a singer. Oh my gosh, this is so easy. And, you know, I sound incredible because obviously you can't hear yourself. And then you put someone like, you know, Al King or Adele on and you go, okay, this is why I'm not a famous singer, because they are so good.
Yeah.
You know?
And then they know how to portray the emotions So
Yeah.
that sort of really touches you, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. And it inspires and makes you just go, yeah, you can be, there's everyone has different types of talent, and it just reminds you to run with it and do yours as best you can.
There you go. That's a really good point, actually. Yeah, sometimes we forget that within music, it's not just about the lyric and the song, but also, remind yourself that you're good at something and pursue that. So that's a really good small nugget there, actually.
We got a nugget.
We got a nugget. Excellent. Fantastic. Well, yeah, I think we've covered quite a bit of ground, different kind of genres and reasons why you listen to them. So that's great. Anything that springs to mind you want to add sort of before we close off, or anything that's...
I'm a bit of a... I have to admit I listen to Gold 104. So for those who don't live... Is Gold 104 Australia-wide, or is it just Victoria?
I'm not too sure, actually.
Might
be able to listen online if you go online, maybe.
Oh yeah, probably. When I was younger, Gold 104 was, I think it was like the 50s, 60s, 70s. Yeah. Or maybe I think 40s. It was. Now, my old old music on Gold 104 has all the stuff from high school, which is a little bit terrifying. So my high school years were in the 90s. So you've got Pearl Jam, you've got a bit of Metallica, you've got, it's just this bit of Beastie Boys I've actually heard on Gold 104.
Yeah, don't mind a bit there, yep.
Yeah, but they've also got the older stuff, the 70s, the 80s, and I love 80s music. Yeah. I love 80s. Yeah. It's just because it's fun. That I reckon that period of music is the most fun music of all, because they were all high, but really fun.
Okay.
So yeah, so I love it. I could listen to 80s music. If I get a choice, I will always put 80s music on. Makes me happy.
Yeah, definitely was a happy time. Definitely. I agree with you on that one. So go and listen to Gold 104, free promo for the radio station as well.
I know they'll send us so much money for that, because
I wish.
It's a huge plus. Watch out.
Excellent. All right, Rosie. Well, thanks so much for being my first guest. It was great. Loved hearing, your song choices and the reasons why. And I'll pop all your social media details under the podcast. And yeah, thanks so much for being on the show. Yay.
Thanks so much for having me. It was fun.
It was, actually. All right. Thanks, Rosie. Thanks. Bye.